Now let's check out Kawasaki's most recent entry into the power cruiser wars, the 1500cc fuel-injected Mean Streak. Based on Kawasaki's classic cruiser platform, this 50-degree 1,470cc V-twin has been hot-rodded for what Kawasaki claims is a 15% increase in power over previous versions. Transferring the ponies to the rear wheel is a 5-speed granny and a shaft final drive. And because this is a power cruiser, up front you'll find a 43mm inverted cartridge fork with awesome 6-piston calipers lifted straight off a ZX-9R. So how does the Meanie work? This week we asked standard motorcycle owner Steve Bradford to sample this power cruiser to see if the Mean Streak fit his usually pleasant personality. So Steve, you've ridden a lot of standard motorcycles. I don't sort of picture you as a cruiser guy, but I thought maybe this would be the way to get you into cruisers. What do you think of this, this new category, the power cruiser?
Well, being a standard driver, they have a fair bit of horsepower, depending on the bike you're riding, and cruisers have been somewhat underpowered compared to that. Generally, I like the direction that this is going in. I was looking, if I were to be moving into a cruiser type of bike, I'd be looking for one with a little more oomph. So I like the direction that this model's going in.
It's pretty tame as far as mean bikes go, don't you think?
Sure, I think maybe it's got a little bit of a temper, maybe not a mean streak.
Yeah. What did you think of the motor? This is basically a Vulcan V-twin engine. It's been around for 15 years. It's fuel injected and they've hot rodded it a little bit. What'd you think?
Well, I didn't have a chance to ride the baseline model Nomad or Vulcan prior to jumping on this bike. Now they quote 10% more power in this. It's pretty mellow, I think. It doesn't have a real step in the power band. It was pretty smooth right from the bottom to the top.
But fuel injected and no hiccups?
Didn't really feel any hiccups. Maybe slightly abrupt. If you roll off the throttle and hit it again, you can definitely feel that the throttle response is very instantaneous.
Right.
The motor hits.
Right, and up front there you've got the cartridge style inverted fork and man, big 6-piston caliper brakes. What did you think of the braking?
Wow, I hear these things are right off the ZX-9. I'd like to try them on a lighter bike because they're really strong on this cruiser. Yeah? Really strong. Massive forks on it, inverted forks, and those brakes are able to make them dive almost to the bottom of their travel. So you tried them out a few times? I tried them. I wanted to know what they were all about. The brakes were easy. The clutch was a very easy sort of pull. Very low seat height, very smooth engagement with the transmission. Everything just seemed easy about it, even though it's called a Mean Streak. Yeah, I agree with that. You can put your feet firmly on the ground, very flat-footed. The power band, very, very mellow. And like we said before, non-intimidating. Shaft drive, very smooth, very quiet. Couldn't hear the gears whining or anything like that. Yeah. I like that, yeah. So we've been looking for something that's mean about this bike, and it's hard to find it. We're sort of saying it's fairly mellow. If there's anything mean, though, it might be the look. Yeah, it's got a look. Fit and finish? Fit and finish pretty good. I really like the seamless tank. The saddle was quite comfortable. Gauges and everything looked good. All the switch gear is great. However, I think on a cruiser there are some things that needed to be chromed that weren't necessarily on this model. So even though there's a generous amount of rich chrome-looking pieces, you want more chrome? I would have liked the chrome for a flagship cruiser bike. Do you like the color? That would grow on me. Okay, I'll take that as a tentative yes. So what do you think, Steve? Is it possible there may be a little bit of a mean streak in your future? There could be a mean streak in my future. I certainly like the direction this type of bike is going in, and when I'm ready to get out of standards, this is where I'm headed. We'll just work on the color? I think we could work on the color choice for me. All right, I like the color. Thanks, Steve. All right, thank you, Dave.